Introducing Dr. Injectory Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world.
New York City.
Yes. New York City is so great that hundreds of New Yorkers went to the streets to protest against what? What else? Police brutality.
What?
Oh yeah, every time. Take a look.
Clearly, no charges will be placed against you if you remain in the roadway and refuse to utilize it.
Wow! They were mad about two incidents where the NYPD they used excessive force against two black teenagers. It was brutal. Watch.
In Brooklyn that critics say went too far. In one case, a teenager punched by a police officer. The other, a packed subway car, was held at gunpoint. Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg, live at the J Street Metrotech station.
Ooh! Did you see that punch? Now, here is the reaction. Take a look.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
That is a call that I can live with. Remember that. We want justice and we want it now. Not tomorrow. Now. Now, talking of now, I was just informed as I was getting on air that Air Peace has flown into troubled waters in Georgia, United States.
What?
Oh yeah. The story is that the CEO of Air Peace, Allen Onyema, has been indicted on charges of money laundering and $20 million fraud.
No.
Oh yeah, $20 million. The man has denied it and he has vowed to clear his name in court. That's what I'm talking about. You know, I don't know how I feel about this. You know that prosecutors at the Justice Department in Georgia were the ones who once indicted our current Speaker of the House of Rep, Femi Gbajabiamila. You know the guy? Oh yeah, he was. And they made him check out from America, run away, you know? They don't play over there. They don't play in Georgia, Atlanta. They don't. So I will have been on the street now, shouting, we want justice and we want it now for Air Peace CEO. If not that our businessmen do not follow due process and they don't practice best practices. They don't. Because we need that Air Peace. You know, for rich people, especially those going home for Christmas, there is no way to go through all those bad roads other than use Air Peace. There's no way. And, you know, even if you're going from Kaduna, you have to avoid the kidnappers. You have to use the Air Peace. So we need him. But I don't know. I've always said that if you bring the FBI into Nigeria and let them go through the books of all the state government and federal government agencies and all the that a whole generation of Nigerian government officials will all end up in jail. All of them. Now, it is simple. People who forge school certificates, NYSC discharge certificates, they won't have qualms about forging bank and financial documents. They won't. In any case, the great President Donald Trump did the same thing. What? That is why he will not allow us to see his tax returns. That's why he's going all the way to the Supreme Court to stop the release of his tax returns. There must be something there that he doesn't want us to see. There must be something. So now that could actually be a great defense for Air Peace chief. Trump did it. If they consult me, I will give them the legal advice. Anyway, now that I have the chance, let me say all the nonsense that I can say now before the social media bill takes effect. You know what I mean? Have you heard about the social media bill making its way through the National Assembly?
No.
No? Oh, you're missing. Don't worry. I will let you know. It was copied from Singapore's own social media law. Word for word. Look at it. Straight up. I'm glad that they are copying from the right country. You know, I don't want them to copy from Britain or from America. No. They copy from Singapore. I hope they also copy the Singapore's law about corruption. You know, the corruption law in Singapore basically gives you two options. All the politicians. Either you kill yourself or you are sentenced to death. Or at the minimum, life in prison. You know that if we apply Singapore's corruption law to Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, Rocha Sokorocha, Abubakar Atiku, Mortala Nyako, whatever happened to that one? You know, all of them. In fact, all our former governors and former ministers will all have to kill themselves or be serving life in prison. If not, but triple life. What am I saying? Triple life. You know how you serve triple life? You go to prison and you are born. When you come back to this world, they'll say, hey, we remember what you did the last time. Go back to prison. Richard Pryor, I salute you. So as for the hate speech law, you know there's another one, hate speech. My guess is that they copied it from a country like North Korea. Yes. Now, the hate speech law that will sentence you to death for suggesting that Buhari went to London for medical treatment without you showing to the government a statement from his doctor saying, yeah, I treated him. If you don't show that statement, you are going to be sentenced to death for that. Imagine that. This is a country that has not arrested or tried one Fulani herdsman that killed, herdsmen. They've killed more people in Nigeria in the last 2018 than even Boko Haram. Look at the headline. I didn't make it up. This is a country that is ready to make a repentant Boko Haram member president. I didn't say that. Now look at the general that said it.
An ex-Boko Haram stands having laid his arms and comes back, turns his way away from his negativity. He stands to be a president of this country.
Yeah, that's the same country. But if you say something that they consider hate speech, you are sentenced to death. But just to make the mistake of asking a question like this, if you ask a question like this, if Buhari's cows were 150 in 2011 and 150 in 2015, where did he get the money to train his children in university in the UK? Death sentence. I beg, give me the only Nigerian that I know who understands. He gets this thing. Bring that boy. Put him on.
Even me as somebody, I'm saying it publicly that if they can just do mass burial for all our leaders and let we the youth start ruling, you will see that everything will go the way it should go. Our leaders are our problem.
You see, I know what I feel about all these things. This is what I think. I've forgotten about Buhari. Highest 4 more years from now, he's gone. Yeah, he already said that he will not go for the third term. Even though he has the itching legs, to fly around the world and travel and parade himself as president of Nigeria. But he has no stomach for it. No! I've moved on to brand new leaders being elected across Nigeria. Like this one.
Today is one of my great days in my life. The great people of Bayelsa have spoken their mind by taking time to vote for our great party, APC.
Yes! No. There is a serious positive change happening in Bayelsa State. I don't know about your state. My friend, English is not our mother tongue. Do you know that this man you're looking at, do you know that this man you're looking at defeated 44 other candidates to become the governor of Bayelsa State?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing. I know you didn't know him before now. So let me educate you. Let me give you a breakdown. The man is a wealthy man. He started off as a security guard. And from a small beginning, he built himself up until he became the CEO of his own security company. Not an easy thing to do, if you ask me. I've been sweating here trying to produce just a show. What? Where did he go to school? You see, after secondary school, he earned a national certificate of education from River State College of Education.
What?
Oh yeah, no wonder. Is it not where Patient Jonathan went to school? No, different one. You see, thank God that he did not choose to go into teaching after his NCA. Thank God that he chose a career in security. Otherwise, he could have been a teacher. Now, imagine how the students that he taught would have been speaking. Now, it is people like him that taught people like me. And I tell you, if you check very well, the people that taught him, they might be people like Patient Jonathan or his teacher.
And that makes this so not the creation of consequences. So no consequences. Not be Solomon. It's not Solomon. Okay.
Say that again.
Which one? Correct.
Repeat that sentence.
Okay. Okay. Make I start up here. And that.
You see, if our man did not run for governor, he could have, go back to school and do summer classes at Rivers State University and come out with a bachelor's degree in education. And if he donates enough money, the university will just dash him a PhD. That's how it goes. Now, until we change that law that says you can be president with a school certificate or its equivalent.
I'm sincerely grateful. Thank you very much. We, Bayelsans, will not disappoint APC.
My people, by the way, there's no equivalent to a school certificate. There's nothing. It's either you have it or you don't. Now, did you see how measured the man was when he was speaking? Just like me, a man of substance who knows his inadequacies or areas of insufficiencies speak in measured tone, not with blister like this man.
The president is always patient to the people, and he is going very slowly, and whenever some documents is hidden to him, he will not know. And we know that many things is hidden to him. Many things he is not aware.
It was hidden from him. Now, that one is not a minor adjustment that he needed. He needs a major adjustment. Now, all that our man needs is just a minor adjustment. Like I believe is I believe. Just minor adjustment. As one of his sons is as one of his sons. Minor adjustments.
We also promise that we will respect leadership. Respect leadership is key to us. As one of his sons in APC.
Watch the man after he has collected and pocketed 6 months of security votes, and he will start to sound like this.
What was the problem, as you saw it, with corruption in Nigeria?
Well, I think I will tell you what we'll clearly understand. The foreign companies, especially oil prospection and development companies, I think in Nigeria for about 2 generations, 40 years and above and so on.
Like I said last week, university degree is not a vaccination against stupidity. But please, make them have it. Yes, if they have it, I believe they will insisted that one of their son will go to a gooder school with gooder teachers so that they won't be like their father. I can do it! So last week, I told you that Governor El-Rufai was begging people of Kogi State to vote for Yaya Bello. I made a mistake. I thought he was begging them to forgive him for not paying salaries. Hell no. It was for a different reason. Now, the excited governor-elect, or re-elected, came out to correct stupid people like me. In fact, as soon as the hate speech thing comes into effect, important people like Governor Bello will not need to waste their precious time explaining anything. They will just dump people like us in jail to spend time with Showere, who could still be there when we retire. I mean, based on how things are going, he could still be there. Now, here is Governor Bello's explanation. Watch.
Now, if you said that Governor El-Rufai, knelt down to beg the people of Kogi State, probably you don't really understand exactly what he meant. He meant that, okay, forgive Governor Yahya Bello for providing roads. Forgive Governor Yahya Bello for providing electricity. Forgive Governor Yahya Bello for providing security to the good people of Kogi State.
Forget about that yeah, bellow. You know, this is only in America's story. A classic This American Life self. The body of a Navy veteran was discovered in his apartment in Texas 3 years after he died. 3 years. 3 years. Ronald Wayne White's body was found last week in his apartment in DeSoto, near Dallas, when maintenance people went in to search the apartment. They only went there because they discovered that he has not used water for the past 3 years. For 3 years, he was paying his rent constantly. Money was going from his account to the people they pay the rent to. Utility payment coming from his account for electric bill, for phone bill, going to pay the bills. Now, but he wasn't using water. And maintenance team people were wondering, how, why, how could that happen? Now, as for his family, well, they didn't hear from him for 3 years. And just thought that, oh, maybe he went abroad. You know, his mother said that he used to call twice every month. But for the last 3 years, he hasn't called. Now, and because they did not know where he lived, there was nothing they could do. Maybe he wasn't sending Christmas gifts. Otherwise, they would have seen the return address, you know, and say, okay, he used to be here. To be fair to the man's mom, she said police did not consider him a missing person because he was an adult and he traveled frequently. Also, she could not afford to pay private investigators to find him. Now, if they had gone to his apartment, they would have seen his car covered in dust and a heap of letters by his doorstep. What about his girlfriend? Exactly. That's the question people are asking. Yes, what about his girlfriend? The sad part of the story was that 2 years ago, the tenant who lived downstairs under the man's apartment complained about liquid leaking through the ceiling and dropping on her dining table. Good night, folks. I'm sorry if you were eating. Good night. Now, maintenance knocked at the man's door, but nobody opened, and they went. After a while, the liquid stopped dropping and everything dried up. Let this be a lesson to all of you. If any of your folks did not call this Christmas, find out where he or she is. Find out. Now, coming to an uplifting story. You remember that South African KFC couple?
Yeah.
They're about to wed. Yeah. They have a wedding date, December 31st. Are you invited? I'm offering to go. They said they have enough entertainers. Now you remember Hector Nkansi, you know, who knelt down at KFC to propose to his girlfriend halfway through his fried chicken meal. Look at their faces now. Remember how people were making fun of them? Remember how people came together to offer them eggs? People were donating things to them, like wedding, honeymoon trip, performances at their wedding, household items that they need when they start their new home. People were donating things to them. Now, for those of you making fun of me for not having the right equipment, not being able to afford a studio, or afford a nurse or a noisemaker, God is watching you. People will soon donate things to me. I'm telling you. Okay, one more. This one is out of Burundi. Normally we don't go to Burundi, but this is an interesting story. An unemployed Burundi woman who was heavily pregnant thought she would take her teacher's recruitment examination before having her baby. On the examination day, while waiting for the examination to start, she got the first sign of labor. She ignored it. She was determined to take that exam before going to the hospital. Unfortunately for her, the examination was delayed. The test that was supposed to happen at 8 a.m. was moved to 10 a.m. Africa is the same thing everywhere, you know. By the time the exam was about to start, she could no longer bear the pain. She hopped on an Okada and rushed to the maternity. She gave birth to a healthy baby girl, left the maternity ward and handed the baby to the midwife and went to the hall and took the examination. I know, that is a hero right there. She said this is what she told BBC. Unemployment is painful. I told myself that rather than missing this opportunity, I will go and do it. Even though I worried that I could feel unwell before the end. Yeah. Guess what? She passed the examination and will soon get a job as a teacher in a secondary school. Wow. She named the baby girl Itangumugisha, which means God provides blessings. Let her story be your inspiration. Let it be your point of contact for good things that will come when you brave the pain and push on. Now, here's my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book, The Secret Letters of Donald Trump, age 72 and 1/6, by Rudolph Hayes. And it says, if nothing ever changed, there will be no butterflies. If nothing ever changed, there will be no butterflies. My concern for today is brought to you by Babok University. Bring your children and watch as we turn them into adults skilled in swallowing knowledge. Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
Woo! Now, this is my main man who is celebrating his birthday this week. Say happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday.
Captain. Yeah, he's captain. He's coming to New York very soon to see us. We are looking forward to seeing you. All right. See you next week, okay? Subscribe. Don't let me do this at the beginning of the show next week. Subscribe. Yes, thank you. Many of you subscribed. Thank you. I saw the figures going up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hi, I'm Dr. Damages. Do high fees damage your wallet when you send money home? I've got the damage control. Use Wave for no fee transfers. Remember the promo code DOCTOR for $5.